Dear friend, we often think we know what evil is, but in reality, evil is much smarter and often hides itself in subtle ways. Humans are, by nature, good. Even if some become something different, there is always something good in them. However, we cannot always see and recognize truly evil people. People who are willing to take advantage of whatever good is left in them for sinister purposes. These individuals do not regret stepping on others to achieve their goals. If you get in their way, prepare to be used, manipulated, and thrown away without a second thought. Sadly, our nature to try to see the good in everyone often blinds us to the evil. So how can you be sure that a person is not worth keeping around? How to recognize a truly evil person? The 8 warning signs below will help you recognize whether a person is truly evil or not. Pay attention to these signs in anyone, and you will know that whatever good is left in them, they will use it for their own personal gain and can turn it against you when needed. Let's explore these signs in today's video. Don't forget to press the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any useful content from us. If you have ever encountered such people or have a personal experience you would like to share, please leave a comment below. We'd love to hear your stories and discuss together how to recognize and deal with evil people in life. Although we often believe we can recognize evil, in reality, evil is much more intelligent and hidden. Humans are inherently good, but even if some people become bad people, there is still a little bit of good in them. However, this is exploited by truly evil people for sinister purposes. They are willing to do anything to achieve their goals, even walking on dead bodies without any remorse. These people don't choose their favorites, and if you get in their way, you will be used, manipulated, and thrown away mercilessly. We often try to see the good in everyone, but this can blind us to the evil that abounds around us. So how do you make sure someone is worth having around? What does evil really mean? These 12 warning signs will help you figure out whether a person is evil or not. Look for them in someone, and you will know that whatever good is left in them will be used for their purposes. And if necessary, they will use that good against you. Identifying evil is a challenging but extremely important task. Evil people often engage in harmful actions, and defining them in precise terms can be quite difficult. However, when faced with an evil person, we seem to just know it when we see it. They are not only present in crime-ridden areas, but also appear in everyday environments, such as schools, churches, and even in the homes of our close friends and family members. As said on the principles of Stoicism, a philosophy that emphasizes calm and self-control in all circumstances, we can learn to identify and deal with these evil people. Stoicism teaches us not only to see things clearly and honestly, but also to protect ourselves from the negative influence of others. By applying these principles, you can spot evil signs and protect yourself from negative effects. If you have ever encountered people with signs of evil or have a story to share, please leave a comment below. We look forward to hearing from you and finding an effective way to cope together. Don't forget to like and follow the channel to update more useful information. Stoicism will help you stand firm in the face of every challenge. In this video, I will share with you in detail how to identify them and how you should deal with them. Let's get started. Joy from someone's misfortune. A characteristic feature of evil people is the tendency to delight in the misfortune of others. They almost feel satisfied when they see others suffer. This not only reflects a distorted soul, but also shows a terrifying level of cruelty, where personal pleasure is found in the pain of others. In many cases, this distorted satisfaction can even cause them to deliberately create situations that lead to suffering. Evil people do not simply not care about the pain of others. They actively seek out and even provoke situations, cause that pain. They may use harsh words, bullying behavior, or more subtle strategies to manipulate and hurt others. Their aim is not only to achieve personal goals, but also to satisfy their psychological needs for power and control. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that emphasizes calm and self-control in all circumstances, can help us identify and deal with people who exhibit this behavior. According to Stoicism, life is full of trials and sufferings that are an inevitable part of existence. What matters, however, is how we react to these difficulties. Stoicism teaches us to look at things clearly and honestly, not to let our emotions control us, and to maintain our spirit in the face of all events. When encountering people who find joy in the misfortune of others, the first thing Stoicism advises us to do is to recognize and understand their nature. These people often hide their intentions under the guise of concern or friendship. They may appear trustworthy and friendly, but inside, they are just waiting for an opportunity to cause suffering. Stoicism advises us, keep a safe distance from these people, and not let them influence us emotionally and mentally. A useful method in Stoicism is the technique of premeditatio malorum, that is, predicting bad things that may happen in advance. By visualizing negative situations and mentally preparing for them, we will not be shocked or dismayed when faced with evil people. This helps us keep our spirits up and not get caught up in their psychological games. Additionally, Stoicism also teaches us to focus on the things we can control. We can't control the bad guy's behavior. We can control our reactions. By maintaining self-respect and not being drawn into their painful games, we can protect ourselves and maintain inner peace. When we apply the principles of Stoicism, we become stronger at identifying and dealing with evil people. We will no longer be vulnerable prey, but instead become people who can keep our spirits up and live a peaceful life, no matter how much misfortune we face from others. Problem of control: how to recognize and deal with bad guys. Control-seeking behavior is a typical trait of evil people. These people often appear calm and pleasant on the outside, but inside they have a relentless drive for power and control. They not only want to control their own lives, also want to strongly influence those around them, leading them along a predetermined path. When we come into contact with people who exhibit controlling behavior, we can easily get caught up in their web if we are not vigilant. These people are often very skillful in hiding their true intention, making you feel comfortable and trust them. However, over time, they begin to manipulate and control your actions, undermining your freedom and autonomy. Identifying controlling behavior. To identify and deal with people who exhibit controlling behavior, we need to apply the principles of Stoicism. Stoicism teaches us to look at things honestly and clearly, protecting ourselves from the negative influence of others. Control through manipulation and pressure. Bad person tends to control by creating relationships where they are the center. They will try to make you feel that you need them and that they are helping you. However, they are actually drawing you into a network of dependence, where every action you take must go through their tacit approval. They may exert subtle pressure on you to feel guilty if you don't comply with their wishes. Control through psychological manipulation. These people often use psychological manipulation techniques to control you. They can make you feel insecure, doubt yourself, and dependent on their guidance. They will change the way you see yourself and the world around you, making you believe that their decisions are the best. Control through restriction of freedom. A bad person will try to limit your freedom, both physically and mentally. They can control your time, activities, and relationships, making you feel imprisoned and isolated. They will make unreasonable rules and limits and use them to keep you under their control. Stoicism gives us powerful tools to identify and deal with controlling behavior. Here are some ways to apply Stoicism to protect yourself. Understand your own values and limitation. Stoicism encourages us to understand our own values and limitations. By recognizing what is and is not important to you, you can protect yourself from control and manipulation by others. You'll know when to say no and protect your freedom. Maintain calm and reason. When dealing with controlling people, remaining calm and rational is important. Stoicism teaches us not to let our emotions control us and to always think logically. By remaining calm, you can identify controlling behaviors and find ways to deal with them effectively. Building healthy relationships. Stoicism encourages building relationships based on respect and honesty. When you build healthy relationships, you will be less susceptible to people who exhibit controlling behavior. You will have a strong support network, helping you identify and deal with bad guys. Focus on what you can control. Ultimately, Stoicism emphasizes focusing on what you can control. Don't let yourself get caught up in things beyond your control. By focusing on your actions and decisions, you will retain your autonomy and not be manipulated by others. Persistent deception. Deception is a trait that most of us have encountered to some degree in our lives. However, when we talk about truly evil people, their deceit is taken to a completely different level. Their lies are not just occasional, but become a habit ingrained in their minds and daily actions. Not only do these people deceive others, but sometimes they don't even realize that they are doing so. They construct a distorted reality where the truth is distorted and transformed to suit their purposes. Evil people use deception as a tool to achieve personal gain, regardless of the consequences for others. They are capable of creating elaborate and convincing stories to cover up their action. This makes it difficult for others to distinguish between what is real and what is fake, and often leads to confusion and distrust in relationships. A classic example of persistent deception is frequently changing their story to fit the situation. They can create a series of reasons and excuses for their actions, and if caught, they will quickly adjust their story to fit new evidence. This not only makes it difficult to expose the truth, but also makes the victim feel deceived and disoriented. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy focused on self-control and a clear understanding of human nature, provides us with valuable tools for identifying and dealing with this deception. According to Stoicism, truth is a core value, and maintaining honesty with oneself and others is key to living a meaningful life. Epictetus, one of the famous Stoic philosophers, once said, "A wise person has no need of lies. If you tell the truth, you don't need to remember anything." Recognizing that persistent cheating is a sign of evil helps us be more alert in everyday relationships and situations. The Stoics encourage us to look at things honestly and not be deceived by appearances. They advise us to ask questions and seek clarity in all communications. Not only does this help protect us from deception, but it also helps build relationships based on trust and honesty. If you notice someone in your life constantly lying, changing stories, and creating a distorted reality, be careful. This could be a sign of someone with an evil nature who will not hesitate to take advantage of you for their own purposes. Hold fast to the value of honesty and stick to your principles, just like the Stoics did. In general, persistent cheating is not only bad behavior, but also a clear sign of an evil mind. By applying the principles of Stoicism, we can identify and protect ourselves from such people, while maintaining a life based on honesty and mutual respect. If you have encountered people with these signs or have a story to share, please leave a comment below. We look forward to hearing from you and finding an effective way to cope together. Don't forget to like and follow the channel to update more useful information. Stoicism will help you stand firm in the face of every challenge. Deception and manipulation are the main tools of power for evil individuals. These people do not hesitate to distort the truth, misquote information, and present a different version of events to serve their selfish desires. They create a world completely different from reality, a world where they are the only ones in control of the truth. This makes it difficult to know what is true and what is false, causing confusion and ambiguity. Liars and manipulators are often very sophisticated and skillful in the way they manipulate their stories. They do not simply lie but also subtly alter reality to suit their goals. They can create seemingly harmless situations but contain evil intentions. This makes it easy for you to fall into their trap without even knowing it. You may feel confused, and start to doubt yourself. Stoicism, a philosophy that emphasizes calm and self-control, provides important tools for recognizing and dealing with these deceptive and manipulative behaviors. According to Stoic philosophy, we need to always maintain a clear mind and not be swept away by negative things from the outside. This requires us to look at things honestly and clearly, not allowing lies and manipulation to obscure the truth. One of the basic principles of Stoicism is to focus on what we can control and ignore what is beyond our control. When dealing with deceitful and manipulative people, we need to remember that their behavior is not under our control, but our reactions are. By remaining calm and alert, we can identify deceptive and manipulative behaviors, not let them affect our lives. Stoicism also teaches us about patience and self-respect. When you know that a person is trying to manipulate you, Stay calm and do not react immediately. Take the time to think carefully about the situation and find the truth. Don't let lies and manipulation make you lose your confidence and self-worth. Evil individuals can create a false world to control and take advantage of others. But with the sobriety and steadfastness of Stoicism, we can see through and overcome such tricks. Stay strong, always seek the truth, and don't let anyone tarnish your value and understanding. If you have ever encountered this situation or have a story to share, please leave a comment below. We look forward to hearing from you and finding an effective way to cope together. Avoiding responsibility. Signs of a bad person. Bad guys often lack a moral compass, causing them to never take responsibility for their actions. Instead of admitting their mistakes, they blame others or manipulate the situation to extricate themselves. Accepting mistakes is seen by them as a sign of weakness, which they steadfastly refuse. Understanding and recognizing these signs is important, especially when we want to protect ourselves and those around us from negative effects. People who avoid responsibility are often highly manipulative. They can use sophisticated tricks to turn themselves into victims, shifting responsibility and blame onto others. This not only causes injustice, but also creates a toxic environment where truth and responsibility are distorted. When faced with this situation, it is important to stand your ground and not get caught up in their game. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, can help us identify and deal with people who avoid responsibility. According to Stoicism, we should focus on what we can control and accept what cannot be changed. When we encounter evil people, it is important to realize that we cannot control their behavior, but we can control our reactions. This helps us stay calm and clear-headed and not get drawn into meaningless arguments. Stoicism also encourages honesty and taking responsibility for yourself. When we practice Stoicism, we learn to acknowledge our mistakes honestly and without fear. This creates a strong contrast with evil people who always avoid responsibility. By living by these principles, we not only protect ourselves but also create a positive example for those around us. Evil people often use responsibility avoidance as a tool to protect themselves and achieve personal goals. They may create elaborate stories to deceive others or use power and influence to hide mistakes. However, when we look at things through the lens of Stoicism, we will easily recognize these tricks. Stoicism helps us maintain patience and discernment and not be drawn into plots and lies. In everyday life, encountering people who avoid responsibility is inevitable. However, by practicing the principles of Stoicism, we can stay grounded and not let ourselves be influenced. Remember, responsibility and honesty are core values that we need to preserve. When we live according to these values, we not only protect ourselves, but also contribute to building a better living environment. If you have ever encountered people avoiding responsibility or have stories you want to share, please leave a comment below. We look forward to hearing from you and finding an effective way to cope together. Don't forget to like and follow the channel to update more useful information. Stoicism will help you stand firm in the face of every challenge. Warnings from others. Listen to protect yourself. In life, we often believe in our own ability to recognize evil, but the truth is that evil people are often very good at hiding their true nature. One of the most effective ways to identify people with bad intentions is to listen to warnings from friends and family. Your loved ones are often able to spot signs that you might otherwise miss. They have experienced trauma and have the ability to sense danger from evil people. When someone in your family or friends warns you about someone's behavior, take it seriously. These cautionary tales not only help you become more aware of the person's true character, but also protect you from dangerous situations. Loved ones who have been hurt by an evil individual will always try to protect you from similar experiences. Evil people often give off an aura of insecurity that makes others feel uncomfortable. This is not just an unfounded feeling, but your inner instincts are warning of the presence of a potential threat. Never ignore these feelings. Stoicism, a philosophy that emphasizes calm and self-control, can help you identify and deal with toxic people. According to Stoicism, we should listen to our instincts and warnings from others, relying not only on temporary emotions, but also on reason and alertness. Stoicism advises us to always remain calm and in control in all circumstances. When you receive warnings from others, reflect objectively and don't get carried away by your emotions. Evaluate behaviors and signs clearly and use wisdom to make the right decision. Your loved ones often have sharp experiences and insights into other people's personalities, so their advice is very valuable. If you feel like something is wrong about someone, don't hesitate to share your feelings with a relative or friend. Stoicism teaches us that calmness and self-control do not mean facing everything alone. Support and opinions from loved ones will help you have a clearer view and protect yourself from negative influence. In life, we cannot avoid encountering bad people, but by listening to warnings from others and applying the principles of Stoicism, we can protect ourselves and maintain our integrity. Maintain peace in your soul. If you have similar experiences or want to share your story, leave a comment below. We look forward to hearing from you and finding an effective way to cope together. Don't forget to like and follow the channel to update more useful information. Stoicism will help you stand firm in the face of every challenge. They are cruel, identifying bad guys through cruelty. So far, we've talked about evil people and the subtle ways they express their inner evil desires. However, not all evil people like to show off mischievously. Some people choose to act out, and one of the most common ways they do so is through cruelty. This cruelty can appear in many different forms, from fighting, hurting loved ones such as spouses, children, friends, to torturing animals. These behaviors are often clear signs of a dark soul, one imprisoned in a self-constructed prison, filled with resentment and pain. They take joy from the misfortune and pain of others because it helps them ease the pain in their own hearts. It's important not to justify their cruel behavior or take their side. It is in our nature to want to see the good in everyone, but sometimes we have to admit that there are people who are truly evil and unworthy of our trust. If you are with someone who exhibits such cruelty, find a way to get away from them as soon as possible. One day they may push their cruelty too far and actually cause serious damage. Stoicism, a classical philosophy that emphasizes self-control and reason, can help us identify and deal with cruel people. According to Stoicism, we need to keep a clear mind and not get caught up in negative emotions caused by others. In the face of cruelty, Stoicism encourages us to look at things honestly and without illusions about human nature. An important part of Stoicism is learning how to protect yourself from the negative influence of others. This does not mean that we become cold or insensitive, but that we learn to stand our ground and not let cruel actions hurt us. By applying the principles of Stoicism, you can stay calm and not get drawn into other people's cruel game. If you recognize signs of cruelty in someone around you, boldly face them and decide to leave them. Don't let your kindness and tolerance be taken advantage of. Life cannot avoid encountering evil people, and identifying them through the above signs is very important. Hopefully, the information and knowledge based on Stoicism that we have shared will help you protect yourself and keep your faith in good things. If you have experienced similar situations or have a story to share, please leave a comment below. We look forward to hearing your feedback and building a stronger community together. Don't forget to press the like button and follow our channel to update more useful information. Thank you for following, and hopefully we will overcome all challenges together.